Calling for the closure of the school and the Commissioner for Education's visit to the school, ordering the school to close down, can best be described as dirty politics taken too far. And it's really uncalled for. And I think something the wrong person think in the first place that institutions like this should be closed, with even a threat of demolition. To demolish the whole university. I don't find most universities in the country in this shape and form. This is a university, and it's a non-profit university. As you can see, 80% of the students are on scholarship, product of Okorocha's Foundation from different parts of this country. And today we have extended more scholarships, 10 scholarships to the northern countries and 5 to the rest of the country, and 250 to Southeast, out of which 100 will come from Imo State. These are things that we need to do to help the educational system. And with this effort, for somebody to sit down somewhere and say we close such the future of the children, this is dirty politics taken too far and must never be fathomed in any form or shape. The truth is that I built 6 universities in Imo State, and one of them is the University of Medical Sciences, Ogboko, University of Science and Technology, Onimo, University of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences, Ogboko, and University of Creative Arts and Technology, Nkwere, Omisiako. And all these universities are licensed by the National University Commission. In other words, they have met all the requirements to take off as a university. I completed these projects. Though I didn't commission them, but it is my character not to commission projects. But those ones are there for everybody to see. And since I left, I'm making head and order the closure of those universities, sacked the vice chancellors, and Hope Uzodinma came in and maintained the same status of closing these universities. And the reason why I established the university was because, as a governor, when I introduced free education, the number of JAMBs in Imo State increased in a geometrical progression, that Imo State was topping the whole country in JAMB. And education is our main industry in Imo State, established by our founding fathers. So that was the story of this. Rather than taking the university up, then you now want to close them down. And then the one that is clearly a PPP project, which is Eastern Pan University. Originally, this university, this land here, 50% of this land, or 70% of this land, belongs to Okorocha's Foundation College. And there were structures here. This was where the students of Okorocha's Foundation College were going to school, Okorocha's Foundation College, Ogboko. I acquired this land more than 20 years ago, or 25 years ago. And it was meant for this Okorocha's Foundation College, Ogboko. But when I saw how small what they call a secondary school, they now call IMSU was, I decided to say, okay, let me move that IMSU to this site. At that point, I was willing to say, if it will take place, one, it will benefit my community. I'm ready to give up the Okorocha's Foundation College and build a school somewhere else. That was the whole idea, since I had enough land. And that we did. When I made that pronouncement by House Assembly, like where I was going to break into two, there was so much protest. I said it is not worth it. For that reason, and that time we spent some funds of Imo State government, actually 560 million, in doing some roads here. That's what, and the roads wasn't completed. When I noticed that was not going on, I reverted to my original intention, because this land, ab initio, was acquired for Okorocha's Foundation University. So I wanted to graduate it from Okorocha's Foundation to university. So we had infrastructures. And our application is in NUC, showed that this university had been on for more than 15 years, even before I became governor. That was the process. Thereafter, when the tension became so high, and I said it's not worth it, I said, okay, since Imo State has spent some money, can they take percentage of the entire university, so we can have the first PPP arrangement? And in the law of Imo State, there's the provision for that public partnership in education, and even education commercialization. And I thought it will help. And I want to apply the same principle to the rest of the 5 other universities. So our private people can take it and be paying government maybe rental or something, but at least school is in Imo State to benefit the people of Imo State. That was my whole idea. just like I did for the 27 general hospitals, where I built a hospital and I expect people to come and equip it and run it. That was the idea. It was just wisdom. So that was what happened to Eastern Prime University. And when the process. But when we realized that the government of the day was becoming too antagonistic, we wrote them a letter to say, okay, can you go out from the business? We can give you back the 560 and let it be fully a private school. But it would have been better for it to be a PPP project, where both, because scholarships are given to Imo citizens. In the agreement, scholarships were meant for Imo citizens. Like today, they got 100 scholarships. And they will not pay a dime, free to graduate. What else would the state be looking for if they have a partner willing to do this? If someone had come from America now and tell the state government that I want to build a university, give me land and build for me and I'll take your children, they will rush. I even go to America and spend money. Why don't we value what we have? Because politics has come to play. So that is the truth. And so we're with the intention that if Imo State government is not extending the PPP, then we can do agreement and buy them off, and then the university will exist. And if they think they can take over the university and buy us off, so be it. But I want the university to stay. The state government has 10%, and it's there in the law of Imo State, and Rocha's Foundation have 90%.